Here's some more sayings. Let's start with the following. By Ken Keyes. More suffering comes into the world by people taking offense than by people intending to give offense. This political correctness probably started out with some sort of a very appropriate, you don't want to offend people, but it's gone to the thought police. The pendulum has swung way too far. We now have people who are holding a badge of honor over themselves by learning how to be offended, and then to the level to which they're offended, they somehow get their 3 A's. If you're taking offense, I've heard a great man once said, it is a fool who takes offense when no offense is intended. It is a greater fool who takes offense when offense is intended. There's no need to take offense. That's just resistance. That's giving permission for someone else to control your behavior. Next, most of us are only willing to call 5% of our present information into question at any point, and that's on a good day. This is by Ken Wilber. This is part of the why is it so darn hard to change protocol. What we found is that here's your body of information. As long as people are talking to you and it fits within that body of information, you're engaging. But soon as they walk outside that by 5% or more, you shut down. I remember once I was in Austin, Texas. This is January 2019. I was doing a presentation that I was preparing for to give at the university. And I called up someone I knew down there and I said, I need about 12 people to listen to me give a short lecture on the following topic. And it's going to be uncomfortable. Let them know that it might be outside their comfort zone. I'm just trying to figure out how to present the material because it's like 30 to 40 years of research that I went through. He said, no problem. So I fly down to Austin on business, and then I went out to this appointment that I had with this group. And there were 25 people in the room. Now I presented the evening. It was about a 90-minute presentation, and then with some Q&A at the end. And I had 4 men literally get flooded on me. 1 just walked out. 3 stayed and talked to me. And this is what they said. As soon as you said X, and they told me what I said, I shut down. It was way beyond what I understood. And so I kept processing, and I'm trying to process it. And while I was processing, about 10 minutes went by, which is probably the 10 minutes you used to explain how you got there. And by the time I came out of it and started listening again, you said something else that bothered me. And then I went into my man cave there. I just exceeded their 5% 4 or 5 times during the night, and they'd shut down on me. No longer were they present. And they were thinking about what they thought they knew compared to what I claimed to know. And then they had this internal dialogue or fight about who was right, because they didn't come with a growth mindset. They came with a fixed mindset. And as a general rule, humans, if anything exceeds that 5% of what you know, we tend to shut down. We've been conditioned in this fixed mindset approach. Next. This is from Richard Rohr, and it's a bit heavy-hitting. Far too many people, parenthetically, especially women and disadvantaged people, close parentheses, have lived very warped and defeated lives because they tried to give up a self that was not there. Remember the priorities. You can't lose yourself till you find yourself. Some make a sacrificial and heroic life their whole identity and end up making everyone else around them sacrifice so they can be sacrificial and heroic. That kind of speaks for itself. But the point is, we know there are too many people in the world now whose misery is deemed important to be shared with their neighbors and their loved ones. People who leak their negativity, leak that energy, who leak all their struggles, who vent with everyone and loop when they're talking, have never found themselves. So they're lost, and they're lost in the wrong way. They have no identity. They need to come back to being dependent. They need to learn to attach and accept themselves. They need to integrate and then move on from there. And then one last one. This is about children and parenting. We do not help our children by preventing them from falling. One learns how to recover from falling by falling. A skater moves forward by pushing left and right. People who have never experienced falling, failure, are off balance without an awareness of their situation. All right. Thanks for listening. We'll get you on the next one.